is Mark Bell from Super Training Gym, strongest gym in the West. I'm doing a Donnie Thompson like squat here, except for on this day I forgot to add the chains as I went. I just threw them all on at once. So instead of adding chains, I went up about 30 pounds every set. I did 5 sets of 2 and then worked my way up with about 2 heavy singles, all done off of a box, slightly below parallel-ish box. Also kind of messing around with some new sneaks. You'll probably notice those a little bit later. This is Janet Lavelle doing some safety bar box squats. Janet's going to do our competition that we have here at Super Training December 11th. Tara Getty working some repetitions after her max effort work. You've noticed in some videos from the past we have people doing basically down sets. Sometimes people will do 2 sets, but oftentimes 1 set is enough to really achieve what we're looking for. The extra repetitions, we're really trying to make sure people are just A, getting some hypertrophy work in, and B, learning how to stay tight. You can see how difficult these last few sets are. If she doesn't stay tight and try to keep her chest up, then she's going to collapse like a ton of bricks, and it's very difficult to make it through the lift. So she's got to get herself extra tight. She's really got to concentrate while her muscles are fatigued, and she's really got to focus in on pushing hard off that box. It's also just a good mental challenge. She did about 13 reps right there. A lot of times we're looking for a little bit less reps, a little bit less of a drop in weight, but sometimes hard to judge. We normally go back down about 20%. Have approximately 200 pounds of chains on there. You can see the chains are deloading almost all the way at the bottom. This is also my first week using a straight bar in probably almost 2 months, so a little bit unfamiliar territory to me. Not a good idea to get too far away from the main movement. This is the movement that's required. You know, in the meet, you're required to use a straight bar, so just be careful and try not to get away from the movement too much. Just keep working up in weight, getting some good heavy singles, trying to be fast, trying to be explosive, trying to keep my form. This is David Balfus going with a 600-pound pull. He's getting ready for our contest here in November, and we're hoping that he deadlifts around 620 or so. But that's his first 600-pound pull. Made it look fairly easy. You go back and watch that one again on tape there. It looked like he just got himself a little bit too low. So we're here with Robot today, and the question of the day is, did your parents have any children that lived?
Yes.
How many?
4 that I know of.
4 that you know of. Is there possible fit? Is it possible that you have a brother?
Anything's possible.
Okay, because when I first walked in here today, I thought this guy was Robot. Follow me. Robot's kind of fat. He's kind of a reddish-orange color. And I stumbled upon this guy right here.
My girl that was so exquisite, it was a school day. I know she was there the first semester of the school year. I went to a gate and asked where was his home. This guy made me feel out of his phone. He told me where it was, and I was on my way. To see my baby dog, I was happy to say. I rocked in front of the door.
Now we got about 6 plates on there, about 600 pounds. Got the Iron Wolf bar, strongest bar in the world. Got a ton of knurling on it. They'll be using that bar out at the Lexington meet coming up in March. That knurl will rip right through your shirt, but it's pretty good. It's going to last forever, so it's worth the investment in my opinion. Got Jessica Brown working in her suit. She's doing the women's Pro-Am here on November 4th, 5th, November 5th, November 6th. Here's Damon going with a 475 sumo pull. He's more used to pulling conventional. I think he's done around 500. There's the cheerleading squad. So we're just working with Damon, trying to figure out what's going to work best for him. You're not going to be able to tell in one workout or two even. It's going to take a little while to figure out whether he's going to pull better sumo or conventional. Going up in weight here again, going up to 650. And I think that was the last single of the day. Sometimes on video, there's our cheerleading squat again. Sometimes on video, things appear to be pretty easy, but you just go by feel. That weight felt pretty good for me, so that's where I just continued that lift for the day. I'll actually probably do a similar lift next week and just really try to load up on that. So here's Jessica working in her suit. She has about 330 pounds on there or so. She's kind of unfamiliar with her suit and her gear. A little bit unfamiliar with even the weights that she's using. Starting to get just a little bit heavier than what she's used to, but she's gotten stronger. So sometimes you got to get yourself to a point where you almost kind of erase some of those old numbers that you had. Kind of erase them from your head and start over, because before she was competing in single ply gear. A totally different ball game, walking the weights out and everything. Here's Austin Baumgarten. Austin's been making a lot of improvements in the squat. For those of you who are going to squat with your briefs and your suit with the straps down, you're always better off maintaining your form. Don't lose your form. Don't compromise your form just to try to get low. You're not asked to go. You're not asked to get below parallel in a contest without your straps on. So there's really no reason for you to mess around with it. From what I've seen, it can sometimes be pretty dangerous, especially for newer lifters. Got to be very, very strong to be able to get the parallel that way. So Ryan Spencer, who was going right there, he took off a layer of gear from last week, and you're going to notice some huge improvements from him. Here's Robot. We got Robot working his openers for our meet here in November. Pretty good speed out of the bottom, good clean lift. Here's Austin now going with the straps up, doing a good job. Knees are out, sitting back into the suit. One problem Austin has, that bar, you can't really tell in the video, but the bar rolls down his back. So that's going to be something we're going to try to work with him on. We get that to go, and we get him to be a little bit more stable in the squat, and we'll see a 50-pound jump in the squat. So here comes Spensington again. He's doing a lot better than the week before. Knees are coming out. The left knee came in just a pinch, but not too bad. Doing a really good job of loading that suit. One thing we worked with him on, it's my belief, kind of a theory of mine, that you should never ever have your legs travel forward. Some experienced lifters can set up different ways. Jonas Rantanen, a world record holder in the squat, he sets up a certain way where he'll jam his knees forward, but most of us are not of that caliber. So I always say you're better off trying to keep your knees back throughout the entire lift. And you see Spencer did a little bit better job of it there on his setup, whereas on previous lifts he was coming in with his knees forward, and then he was kind of replicating that as he was going through his lift. That's a huge weight for him right there. I think he was up around 700 pounds, 690 I believe. That's it from supertraining.tv.